Okay, so I'm here joined by Barry McGuigan. Barry, interesting time coming up with Carl Frampton, who's got Kiko Martinez. Finally, that fight's finally coming up. How excited are you by the prospect of a big night in Ireland?
Well, we've got Lindsay on the undercard against Selby. Selby is in tremendous form. He had to pull out the last time as well. We have Andy Lee on the undercard as well. So it's a full night of boxing with a great amount of talent. Leaded with the top fight is Frampton against Martinez. I think that blend of style, Tris, will make for a fabulous fight, because I don't think Martinez can fight any other way than come forward, and Frampton actually loves guys to come and have a fight with him. So I think you're going to see a tremendous fight, and I think he's got the style. He's got a great chin. He's a world-class puncher. He's got a great chin. He's been in now with Takalani and Love. Gone the distance. He pushed Rendell Munro on 2 occasions, and I think he's got better as a fighter, whereas Munro had sort of peaked and was dropping down. Martinez has got better. He's taken this very seriously. He's been out with Pedro Sarmiento in Ventura in California, getting ready for this since November. So we know he's going to turn up in tremendous shape, and as I say, great chin, good puncher. So I think he will test Frampton in more areas than he's ever been tested before. So we know he's got to be in great shape, and Frampton is in great shape. He's been training hard since November, and very much looking forward to a fantastic night of boxing.
We've seen Carl box and we've seen him bang. We've seen him do both, and he's sort of gone toe to toe with fighters, but he's also outboxed some guys. I mean, the idea for longevity wouldn't be to go to war every time, would it?
No. I think we had a bit of a bit of a spat during the week about him and about what you think of him, and obviously we're thinking about Quigg and how you compare him against him as well, and obviously fighters have to look exciting, but not at the risk of losing. So you've got to, ultimately, the number one objective when you're a fight manager stroke trainer is to win the fight and win it efficiently. Getting involved in a battle is not always something that you want to do, but you've got to do it on your terms. I think on this occasion he will have a great fight, because Martinez can only fight coming at you. He can't suddenly turn into a Sugar Ray Leonard and back up. So I think it's going to be a great fight. It's a great blend of styles, and I think it will make for a great fight.
You did just refer to it. We did have a bit of a spat on Twitter, which we do have a very good relationship, don't we?
Absolutely.
And I'm excited by Carl Frampton. I'll just say that on the record first and foremost. There is always going to be this comparison with Quigg, the same way we always have this comparison with Tyson Fury and David Price. They're big fights that need to happen. I mean, tell me on the record. You can give me a watered down version of what Boxing News has done that prompted your comment on Twitter.
Well, I just think we Boxing News have been buying Boxing News since the late 1960s. I have had great relationships with them all along, right through to Graham Houston and Harry Mullen and Claude Abrahams and now yourself, and I just think that the critique, and Donald McRae wrote an outstanding piece. It was one of the best pieces I've ever seen written on myself and Frampton. It was brilliant. But I just think I get the impression that Boxing News, the correspondents, the writers, are not fans of Frampton, and that upsets me and annoys me, especially when you openly display your interest in Quigg, because I know Frampton's a better fighter than Quigg, and we'll prove it. It might take a bit of time, but we'll prove it. However, listen, you're entitled, and I like the fact that Boxing News is a democracy, and that no matter what I say will not change you, and that's the way I want you to be, but we'll prove you wrong in due course.
I mean, I will say I do look forward to being proved wrong. Prove wrong, all right. I mean, I can't say I've really gone out on a limb about who's better out of Quigg or Frampton at the moment. I have beliefs in them, and I also have doubts about both of them at the moment. But they're both comparatively inexperienced pros. Still learning as they go along before the really big fight happens. But right now, and you can argue this in closing, I would say Scott's win over Rendell Munro trumps anything that Carl's done to date. Agree or disagree?
Disagree completely. Frampton didn't even get started against a two-time world champion. The thing is, Munro never won a world title. He was taken apart, in fairness, by Nishioka. Put up a brave show, but Nishioka was a league above him in every department, had him in trouble in the ninth, and he beat him comprehensively. The difference is that Molitor is a 2-time world champion, and Frampton destroyed him, took him apart, and he didn't even get started. So we can argue the toss back and front, back and forward as much as we like, and I understand and appreciate that democracy is really important in our trade magazine. So that's really important. I'm just slightly miffed that you rate Quigg higher than Frampton, because I think Frampton is a much better fighter, and we'll prove it in due course.
Barry, when you signed off against me on Twitter, you said we'll agree to disagree. Yeah. So let's do it again and move on. Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much. Good. Thanks, Barry.
Get involved with all the best boxing banter at our forum, and that's forum.boxingnewsonline.net.